Guten Tag. Welcome to this brief overview of the W.I.N Personal Transformation Program. Why do you need this program? Well, the thing is, you need to have a system, as I spell out in here. Your personal transformation is critical because you have to have a system in order to get it done. Because otherwise you're going to flounder, you're going to forget. With the W.I.N system, that keeps you on track. So let's just run through this real quick. So we start out here. Now there's videos for each one of these, and those are all in the video tab here. But this is just a general overview. So just real quick here. One of the things I strongly suggest, we're going to have a Facebook group starting here quick. It's called Groups My Peak Power. We'll be live every Tuesday and Saturday at 9 a.m. That's leading up to the 49-day challenge. Now the 49-day challenge is a deal where we go through a great part of what the W.I.N system is and what is the entire peak system. So the peak system is 25 modules here, and the W.I.N system is the first 10. This is what gets your foundation down, and then after you get that point down, then we can start refining those other things. So let's go back to the instructions here. So the first thing that you do when you do that, now this is a very easy navigable field, and we're going to show that here. So you go to your assessment here, and I put a few in here so you can do this. You have your characteristics in here, and you rate yourself on here, and you rate the ones that are most important from 1 to 10, and that'll show up here. This is just defaulted because you have to start somewhere. And then you just fill them in, and those are the things that are most important to you, and then where you're at now and where you need to be, and then you give yourself a score. You know, this is all automatic. And so okay, so we got 1 2 3 4 5 in here, and let's say this one here is going to be a 6. Okay, so that's the next one on there, and right now achievement, you're at a 3, you know, and you need to be at least at a 4. So, and then these are scored to tells you where you're at. When we go through this, where you write your eulogy, what it is now, and you know, after you're finished and you're rocking and rolling, what's it going to be 5 years from now? And then you look in the mirror. These are important questions. You have to figure out who the hell you are first before you can figure out what you're going to do. So you need to look in the mirror, but first you look in the rear view mirror and you get that part done. So we go through that, and then the next thing you do is go to your priorities, and you know, the wheel of life, 7 different categories here, and then each one of these you go in there and you just rate in order of importance, which is most important, from 10 to 4, and then you rate, you know, where you're currently at and where your target needs to be in order for you to get to where you need to go. After you get that part done, then you go to your vision. Okay, and again, all these modules have separate videos in them. So then you put your powerful vision in here once you write it, and then you put down, and this is really important because the whys are what going to get you out of the bed in the morning, and they're going to get you to the things that you to do that you don't want to do. And one other quick thing on here, this is an important part of this. You need to constantly ask yourself, when you don't want to do something, what's going to happen if you don't do it? And make it bad, make it horrible. So we'll go through that. And then and then the other thing is, no matter where you're at on here, you can always just go back to the menu. There's a, you know, I don't know, 200,000 or 300,000 links in here. So after you get that part done, then you go to okay, whatever you write in your master vision is going to show up, and it's going to follow you through on your yearly, monthly, weeklies. So you put in all the stuff in each category, what you need to get done for the year. Now, you know, here, and then these just change as you need to put it in. Okay, so say you got something going on in your health and physical here, and it's not gonna happen until April 30th. It's gonna ask you to overwrite. You hit OK, and it'll change it to whatever date that you put down in there eventually. So you do that, and then after you get that part done, then you go to your master task. Okay, so again, now you know what your yearly are, then you start breaking it down by the month. So then you put down in each category what you need to get done for the month. Again, all you have to do here is flip on the deal and whatever date that is supposed to be done. Yellow means it's due today, green is upcoming. Let's say you had one in here that was supposed to be done on the 1st, okay? It'll turn to red. So, but, you know, when everything's done and stuff, when you get this and you start checking them off, they're blue. So if you get a lot of blue in here, then you're sitting good. Red, not so much. Okay, so now we've got that done, and the next thing you need to do is then you start breaking down your week. Okay, so again, each category, what do you need to get done in these? Okay, and then so we'll go to February 12th here. Okay, and you know, whatever you put down in here, then it goes to your daily sheet here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're all sitting in there. Whatever you put down. Now the other thing is the time tracker again. So whatever you put down in your planned deal for the time tracker is going to show up here on your daily schedule. So once you get that done, so let's go to the time tracker, and you go in here, and here's the 12th. Okay, so we plugged in business for that particular time. You know, you need to fill the rest of it out, obviously. So then you go back to the 12th, and whatever you put down in your time tracker is going to show up so that you can set your schedule. Now the other part here is the W.I.N, the top 3. Okay, this is a very part of your deal. Whatever, you know, you have your deals, but you have your top 3, this being absolutely the most important. So when you check those off, and then we keep track. These all get kept track on your high performance dashboard. So then when you go to your February top 3, okay, you got your first one done, you got your third one done, and it gives you a color and it crosses it off. And then if you need to go back to the 12th, then you need to go back to the 12th. Okay, so it's very easy to navigate. So you go back to your master month. Okay, you don't want to go there. Now, oh, I wanted to check things real quick here. So let's go back here. Again, when you're on this, now one of the things that this is very good with is that I tried to make these, a lot of them, printer friendly. So there, your daily sheet is printed off. Once you fill it out, excuse me, and then the nightly journal on here as well, and that's something you do at the end of the day. We have a whole sequence that you go through and you go through at the end of the day for. So yeah, the journal is important. This is your dumping ground. Whatever happened for the day, good or bad, you dump it in there, because tomorrow's another day. So you need to move on from that. So if you go to the menu here and go to the journal, every day, every week, every month is in here. So that's something that you can do. So then we have these other deals. Everything's easy to get to. So we go here, and then like you go to your Sunday planner here. Okay, this would be, you know, starting the month of February. Again, your vision follows you through. Whatever you put down, it follows you through. What's the most important targets? You know, how'd you do last week? And so those are in there. So back to the menu. Okay. Another thing that we have in here is we go through the time tracker on what to do. That we just went through that, and then you have like your monthly assessment, and you know, 8 categories, you know, and you just rate them. And then over here, see, so if you do that, and okay, perseverance, I was at a 5 today, and a 4 on energy, you know, and then it's then you're rated. Again, these all go back to your deal, and you have keeps track in the whole thing. Excuse me. The next thing, going back to your master task here, when you do these things and they're crossed off, over here you don't have access to this, you can't change it and stuff, but based on what you put in your priorities, you're scored on what you got done in here. And then those go over here to what we call Windows done, win, what's most important now, done. And so what you had down for here, whatever you put in there for January for these particular deals, if it's crossed off, then over here every one of them is scored and rated, how you did on each particular deal by the month, on each deal, mental, personal, all your deals down here. And then down below here, each one of them are done here, and then you have your total score. Okay, and then how'd you do on each particular month? On each 7 of the categories, those all go in there. So that's the way it goes up there. So that's another one. And then the last deal that you keep score on here, so we'll go to the high performance dashboard, and then your top 3, your Windows done, your assessment, the routines, which I'll get to in a second. All your routines are in there, and each one's scored by the weight, which is most important for you to achieving your top productivity index. And this score here is just like you're in school. If you're over 90, then you're kicking butt. If you're in the 60s, okay, you got some work to do. So go back to here, and then again we start out here, and we've got the master task and all that, the Sunday planner, the time tracker, and then we have the routine maker. Okay, so each one of these are your success deals, whether you have them yet or not. Down below here you also have your necessary evils, and and your weekly, daily, and your monthlies. And again, when you cross them off, you get scored for the ones that you get crossed off, and those are in your high performance dashboard. So that's it. It's easy to move along, but the whole thing about it is that it has to be done on a daily basis. And then just real quick here to finish up here, you've heard it a lot, you got to get 1% better every day. Well, that's total crap. That's impossible. Nobody can improve by 3,816%, because it's like compound interest. If you're building 1% every day, you're going to be 3,800%. Well, that's not likely. So what if you did a quarter? Well, that's 250% improvement, which is pretty doggone good. It's possible, but it would be one hell of an accomplishment. So let's take that in half. Let's go 1/8 of 1%. Okay, that's 55%. I mean, 55% improvement from where you started at. That's incredible. That's an amazing accomplishment, and that's why it's so consistent. It's those small daily things that you build one after another that you keep improving upon, and that's why you get it. So this is what you want to shoot for. It's not the 1%. It's not the monster deals that you're going to get every time, and so that's the way it is. So there's a quick overview. There's lots of other videos on the YouTube channel, the Stick Group. If you want to look at one particular area on each one of these, they're all available there. So I hope to see you down the road.